for the front.
Good evening and welcome to the Planning and Zoning meeting for Thursday, April the 4th, 2024. Our first order of business will be our public hearing, and this is the opportunity for anybody in the public to come forward and make a comment. It'll be your only time to speak during the meetings tonight. You have 5 minutes if you want to address the commission tonight during the public hearing. And our first public hearing will be the amendment to section 405.285, location of outdoor pools, amendment -136. Anybody here would like to speak on behalf of that tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to our second public hearing, and that is the rezone of approximately 337.17 acres from Ag to M1 Light Industrial, zone change -76. Anybody come forward, state your name at the podium. Thank you.
So my name's Laura Gear, and the area that's going to be rezoned is at the back end of where I live. And I just have concerns about, I know light industrial is supposed to not have noise or smells. I looked up some of the different things that can be zoned light industrial. But I just have concerns about it. There are multiple properties there along Highway W that back up to that piece of property. And I know in the last year, there was a large lake on that property that the dam was breached, and then the water flooded the creek that then runs through our property all the way down to Leo Lane, and it destroyed Leo Lane. And so I just have concerns about the watershed. Like if they put a big huge piece of concrete on there, then what happens with all the water? I'm just curious about what would actually be there and why they breached their dam on purpose. Is my understanding the Department of Natural Resources came knocking on our door, trying to figure out why the creek was destroyed, and now the creek has a refrigerator and trash cans and beer cans, and it's like trashed back there. So just as a resident of the area, I just have real concerns about, we have livestock, we have property, and ours touches up against that large piece. So
Thank you, Ms. Gear.
Can you give us your,
No.
can we get an address?
Oh, yeah.
21340 Shamrock
Thank you.
Lane.
Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Anyone else in the public would like to speak tonight? This will be the only time to speak tonight to the commission. Thank you, sir. State your name at the podium, please.
Good evening, board. My name is George Heath. I'm the owner of the 337 acres of the proposed annexation. Appreciate the opportunity to be in front of you all. I'll address some of the issues, but it's what we're wanting to do is move the property up the ladder a little bit. We've had some big companies looking at it, have nothing in the works for it. We just want to. We've done phase 1 environmental. We think it's a good economic development piece for the city. It's right off 70. It's got a lot of potential. As far as the dam breaching, we did that on purpose. We had full permission to do that. We did not have refrigerators or beer cans when we breached the dam, so that could have washed off from anything else. We want to be neighborly with the whole thing, but the potential of the property we feel is going to go light industrial, and it could easily go residential on the backside. There's a total of 466 acres. We're just trying for the 337 right now, but I feel confident it could be residential on the north side that adjoins Licks. So nothing's in the works on the property. We have had potential people looking at it, but nothing firm. It's we're just trying to move it one step on the ladder. There will actually be beans on the property this year, so if it's 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road, we think it's an opportunity for Warrenton also.
Thank you, Mr. Heath.
Thank you.
Anyone else to speak on the rezoning? Hearing none, we'll close that public hearing for this evening and open up our final public hearing, the Royal Pets Conditional Use Permit and Site Plan. Conditional Use Permit 95 and Site Plan 170. Anyone here to speak on behalf of that tonight? Step forward, sir. State your name.
Good evening.
evening.
My name is Josh Hall. I'm a new resident to Warrenton as of August.
Josh what?
Josh Hall,
Hall, thank you, buddy.
H-A-L-L.
Thank you, Mr. Hall.
I'm here with my family and my co-partner for the store. We just want to open a store. Want to know if you guys had any questions about it, any concerns we can address now for you.
So you're the one that's bringing us forward?
Yes.
Okay. We'll address that when we get to the open meeting.
Okay.
Is that your only comments tonight then?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure
Sure.
like, you guys knew I was
Appreciate
here.
that,
and if
Mr.
you
Hall.
had any concerns.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Anyone else to speak on the Royal Pets Conditional Use Permit and Site Plan? Hearing none, we'll close our public hearing for this evening, and doesn't look like we have any. We'll just move right into the open planning meeting. And our first order of business will be the minutes from March 7th, 2024 P&Z meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 7th P and Z meeting.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Mr. Cornell, second by Mr. Cooper to approve the minutes as submitted for the March 7th, 2024 P&Z meeting. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Jason Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
I abstain, I was absent.
Mr. Durbin?
I was abstaining. I was absent.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Ms. Cullum?
Abstain, I was absent.
Ms. Kelly Madden is absent. Mr. Scott Costello is absent, and we have one vacancy.
Motion passes 4-0 with 3 abstentions, 2 absents, and 1 vacant. Next order of business will be amendment to section 405.285, location of outdoor pools, amendment -136. Mr. Burks, the floor is yours.
The first project, this is providing setback requirements for pools. No portion of a swimming pool outside a building shall be located at a distance less than 8 feet from any side or rear property line or building line. Pumps, filters, pool water, disinfectant equipment, and all other related equipment shall be located at a distance not less than 8 feet from the side property line. Public hearing was posted in Warren County Record on March 14th. This section is already in our building code. So when we were looking closer at swimming pool ordinance, permits, and enforcement, passing inspection, but utilizing the pool, we noticed that the city code had adopted 2 codes, one in 2003 and one in 2018, which had conflicting information regarding enforcement. While processing was taking place, we realized the setback requirements were not put into the 405 section of the code. So that's the only thing we're doing tonight. It already exists in the code. We're just putting it in the section 400.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the update to 405.285 ADM 136 as presented and discussed.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cullum, second by Mr. Cornell to approve the amendment to section 405.285, amendment -136 as submitted. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mrs. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Gary Sidham.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Mr. Cornell. So sorry.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0 with 2 absent. Next order of business will be the Hickory Ridge Family LLC rezone of approximately 337.17 acres from ag to M1 light industrial, zone change -76. Mr. Burks?
Next project is Hickory Ridge Family LLC has applied for a change in zoning for a 337.17 acre tract of land on the north side of North Service Road, west of State Highway W. The applicant is requesting to rezone the vacant tract of land recently annexed into the city of Warrenton as ag to M-Light or M1 Light Industrial District. The M1 district regulations identify the standards for permit for permitted and conditional use, minimum lot width, minimum lot size, maximum structure height, and yard setbacks. Any further development in this area must comply with the standards approved. Staff has reviewed the request to rezone the subject site from Agricultural Reserve District to M1 Light Industrial District. All items and notices have been provided and completed as required by the state and local law. The proposal is consistent with a future land use map and the policy within the comprehensive plan. Mr. Heath is here tonight to answer any questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Burks? I do, and I think you just made the comment there at the end. This is kind of a part of our comprehensive plan that we've planned
Yes,
quite
from the
for
future
quite a
land
while,
map.
yeah. And I know Ms. Gear was talking earlier tonight. I wanted to just make sure we address her concerns too, and I think Mr. Heath did that kind of. So this butts up to the county up there?
Yes, and there's county that surround it.
Right.
Yes. So everything in red and to the north is outside the city limits.
Right. I just want to make sure that was clear for everybody to see that there.
I did have a question about the future land use. I took a look at that future land use map, and it looks like part of this is in what is described as a commercial corridor section.
The section that's north of the North Service Road, yes.
I guess when I looked at the future land map, it showed that the corridor along the Veterans Memorial Parkway was a commercial corridor. That was the future land map from 2019, I guess.
There it is there.
What's that in that red section on that was, according to the key on that map, was a commercial corridor.
Yes,
I don't know if this ties into the Opportunity Zone. That piece of property is in the Opportunity Zone also. So I don't know if that's on that map or not.
So I guess I wonder how that plays into it as far as the future land map. I also had a question about, I know that several years back prior to me being on the P&Z board, there was an overlay district that talked about 100-foot frontage running along this corridor, that 50% of it had to be retail, maybe?
yes.
Would that apply to this property?
It's 100 feet from the I-70, and this is,
This is where the outer road makes
Right,
the
I
turn.
know where this
and I
is.
don't believe it's going to fall in within the 100 feet of that.
100 feet from the I-70 right away, not the outer road right away. So there's
Okay.
there's property between the
Right.
between the service road and the highway there.
Okay, thank you.
And that's not a part of this.
That's not a part of this, no. That map kind of shows a little better if you look at the screen there. That lower section of yellow is not included in this.
Okay.
It would be more the section in between the interstate and the outer road.
Yeah, where her pointer is, that right there, that is not included in this rezone.
Gotcha.
That's the property between the service road and the highway there.
Anybody else have any questions? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the rezoning for Hickory Ridge Family Project plot as displayed and discussed.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor by Mr. Cullum, second by Mr. Cornell, to approve the Hickory Ridge Family LLC rezone of approximately 337.17 acres from Ag to M1, Light Industrial, Zone Change -76. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote?
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Tiedemann?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Mrs. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. And that'll come from the board on what date?
April 16th,
April 16th. What time's that meeting start?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, right here? Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in speaking on behalf of that, that'll be April 16th at 6 o'clock. Thank you. Last order of business on the agenda tonight will be the Royal Pets conditional use permit and site plan. Mr. Burks?
The last project is the, let's see, Josh Hall has applied for a conditional use permit and site plan for building at 608 Suite A, East Boonslook Road. In the space is a strip mall next to the old Orchland store, and the building is currently zoned C2 General Commercial. The applicant has proposed a pet store and plans to sell pet supplies permitted in the C2 General Commercial and live animals defined as a kennel in Appendix A, which required a conditional use permit. All codes and standards for the conditional use in the site plans have been met. Staff has reviewed the conditional use in the site plan and found the proposal is consistent with Chapter 405, the zoning regulations of the Warrenton Municipal Code. All items and notices have been provided and completed as required by state and local laws. The applicant's here to answer any questions. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't. Does anyone else have a question for Mr. Burks?
No.
And Mr. Hall is available if we need questions for them.
I did have a question for Mr. Hall.
Mr. Hall, you want to step back up, sir? We have a few questions for you, okay? Mr. Cornell?
Yep. So I think I know the answer to this. I did take some time to look up. You've got a Facebook page, and I just want to confirm it is not your intention to be selling dogs or cats in this location. Is that correct?
We will not sell any cats or dogs, and we won't groom them or anything there. No intentions.
Very good.
What type of pets?
We'll have mostly fresh tropical fish, saltwater fish, frogs, turtles, guinea pigs, typical pet store without the cats or dogs. We'll have feeder insects, no like cockroaches or anything like that. Everything's prepackaged. We won't breed any we'll breed fish on site, but we won't breed any like mice or anything like that. So the smell will be very minimal.
And I think you mentioned something about kennel. What's...
So, in our Appendix A, that falls under a kennel, so that's why the conditional use is required.
So that's what confused me, because
Yeah.
that's what I was concerned about.
Yeah, so I think I have it in my report, there was no dogs or cats being bred, but.
That's why this whole process confused me, because I'm like, I'm not going to kennel anything there.
Right.
But it's defined in our Appendix A.
Let me ask then, if we're approving this conditional use, I know it's not his intention to breed or sell dogs or cats. However, do we need to put that in as a condition in case he would later sell the facility, he would later change his business plan and want to do that? If we don't include those conditions, is he able to do that?
Most likely, yes. So if that is the intention to prevent that, it would have to be a condition.
Right.
So I just want to ask, just to clarify, when we do the what do we call it? I'm having
Motion?
Motion.
Oh, your motion, yeah.
The motion. We can request to add the condition
That
of
any
no dogs.
conditions.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
And we can discuss those now before we start with
Yeah.
a motion, if anybody wants to.
I think we should add it.
So the first
Conditional
condition will be,
approved with the first condition that no dogs or cats will be kenneled or bred on said property
Or groomed?
or groomed.
no dogs or cats will be kenneled, groomed.
And you did note no breeding, correct?
Yeah.
Of dogs or cats.
No breeding of like small animals.
Right.
No cats or dogs will be on site. Customers will probably bring cats and dogs in because it's a pet store, but
Yeah.
we won't sell them. We won't house them.
What will be your hours of operation there?
We're not sure yet. It'll be typical. We'll probably be closed on maybe like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Typical business hours, like a 9 to 6, 9 to 7 maybe.
Is your business any part of a chain, or is this just
No,
independently family
it's
owned?
a ground-up business we're starting.
Okay.
I live on Royal Drive, so the Royal Pets just kind of worked itself out.
All right, all right. Congratulations.
Does anybody else have any other conditions that they want to put in there?
I do not.
I do not.
Do you not? Anyone over here? Mr. Cullen?
I do have one more. And this is in the, I know it's in that strip mall. Is this in the actual physical old location of Orchlands?
It's right beside it.
Okay.
Essex.
I think it was like a
Video
martial
Classics.
arts studio previously,
Is what?
or I think they had a bunch of mirrors up we had to take down. So I think it was like some
is it
kind of maybe
karate?
a yoga studio or something. I'm not sure.
Karate, yep. I know where
It's
you're
just to
talking
the west of that.
about. Okay, cool.
It was a lot of fun breaking the mirrors,
Wait,
by the way.
Yeah, okay.
For the old timers, Scott, it was the Video Classics. Yeah. That's really old school.
Yeah, that's really old.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Move along.
All right, if there's no other comments or questions, we'll entertain a motion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Good luck.
I'd like to make a motion to approve conditional use permit 95 Royal Pets CUP with the stipulated condition that there will be no dog or cat grooming, breeding, or kenneled on site.
Second.
Hang on just a second, and also the site plan.
No, site plan will be
And-
separate.
Oh, to be separate?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So this is just for the conditional use permit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a motion by Mr. Cullum to, with the condition of no dogs or cats will be kenneled, groomed, or bred on site, and seconded by Mr. Cornell. Any other questions or comments at this time? Roll call vote?
Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
Ms. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0 with 2 absent. And then the next order of business will be the Royal Pets condition site plan. Not the condition, but the site plan dash 170. Mr. Burks, did you read that already in your
Same
report?
information.
Same report?
All the information's in one report.
Okay. Does anybody have any question about the site
I have
plan?
one question.
Okay.
If I remember, there's not going to be anything stored outside, correct? Did I hear that right? No. Okay, thanks.
I'd make a motion, to approve site plan, is it 170?
Yep.
As submitted?
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Cornell, second by Mr. Dieterman to approve the site plan dash 170 for the Royal Pets store. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote?
Mr. Durbin?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Dieterman?
Yes.
Mr. Cornell?
Yes.
And Ms. Cullum?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0 with 2 absents, and that will also come in front of the Board of Aldermen on April 16th at 6 o'clock. We'll close the meeting and turn it over to Mr. Burks.
As a done, no meeting for
Wow.
no items on the agenda. We made it up in the last 3 months.
Entertain a motion for,
But we do want to remind you, we have the work session on May 14th
Oh.
at
wait.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock?
and
Go
that's here?
ahead, sorry.
And that's here?
It'll be here.
I make a motion to close.
Motion by Ms. Cullum, second by Mr. Durbin, is that right? Cooper. Oh, Cooper. Second by Mr. Cooper to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for the community coming out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Good luck to everybody.